Today we're going to be talking all about how you can find peace in the middle of chaos. Coming up next. Hi everybody, my name is Dee Burks and this is Retirement Rescue, where we learn how to make money, save money, and live well in retirement. Well, one of the things that has people really talking here lately is how do you find peace in the middle of all the chaos that's going on, in the middle of a recession, in the middle of financial, it seems like the whole world is falling apart. So how do you find any kind of peace in that? The very first area to look at when you're trying to put more peace into your life is those areas that are causing you stress. They could be things that are making you angry, things that are frustrating you, things that are making you anxious. Make a list and identify those. Now, I'll be honest, when there is a lot of chaos, one of the things people naturally do is flock to the news. Oh my goodness, what's going on? What's the latest update? What now? What now? What's next? Now, the news is structured to keep you viewing. So they'll have everybody in the world's opinion on everything that absolutely does not matter to your life. One of the things that has brought me the most peace in my life is to stop watching the news. And what I mean by that is stop focusing so much on the news. It's okay to watch the news, once a day or whatever news outlet you look at, but make it brief. Just get the bullet points, the highlights. You don't have to listen to hour after hour. And when you start your day with that kind of negativity, it is hard to get out of that mindset. So what I tell people is to watch news, but do it at the end of the day. Do it for a limited time span and only get the information you need to know. For most of us, that's the weather. That makes a difference in your life today. The rest of this stuff, most of it really doesn't. Now, also one of the main stressors, and I'm going to go here, is social media. Okay, we're all tempted to jump into those conversations with people you disagree with. Limit your time on social media. Or do as I do and delete those people. Snooze them for 30 days. Stop listening to it. You don't have to get dragged into it. When there's a lot of chaos going on, a big recession, a virus running rampant, sometimes the people you work with can be the worst at being negative Nancy's. All they want to talk about is, oh, we're all going to die. Oh, we're all going to lose our jobs. Really, it doesn't matter to what you need to get done today. So it is very difficult sometimes to reduce your exposure to those people, but you can do it. If your work allows, bring earbuds, listen to music, listen to something uplifting. Do what you have to do to create that peace, at least until they get past all of the chaos. Sometimes you have to limit your exposure to people. This also includes family. If they're doing nothing but watching horrible news 24/7 and all they want to do is talk about how the world's coming to an end, you've got to lessen that stress any way you can. Even if that means telling people, I'm sorry, I cannot hear anything negative anymore. Let's talk about something else. And sometimes you just have to put your foot down. There will always be times in our lives when we have chaos. And there are things that we absolutely can't help. Things that happen in the world, things that happen in your job, things that happen in your family. There are things you can't prevent, you can't stop, and you can't change. But you can change how you deal with them, how you approach them, and how you react to them. That is where your power is. One of the best things that you can do is train your mind to focus on things that give you peace. It doesn't mean it's going to eliminate everything that's negative in your life, and it's not trying to gloss it over like some sort of, just think positive song and dance. That's not it. It's training yourself to deal in a much better fashion with those things that are difficult. A lot of people do this through journaling. They force themselves to focus on the things they have to get done, the things they want to get done, the things that they feel that are still good in their lives, the things they are grateful for. That is an excellent way to retrain your mind. We are all creatures of habit, and a negative thought process is nothing but a bad habit. Changing that habit is 100% your responsibility. Now, the second big area that I want to talk about when you're searching for peace for yourself is focus on improving yourself. If you've been thinking about working from home, maybe doing a business, investigate that. Start reaching toward those goals. Even if it's just something as simple as, hey, I want to lose 10 pounds, start working toward it. When things are in chaos, it can be really easy to get into a rut personally, where you're really not doing anything for yourself. You still need that self-care. You still need that self-time just to think through what's going on or to figure out, okay, what are my next steps? Never mind what the world's next steps are. What are your next steps? If you feel like you're doing something to move yourself forward, that alleviates a tremendous amount of stress just by itself. Get out, sit in the sun, garden if you like to garden. Do some things that are just to give yourself peace. What do you want your life to look like in 5 years? Are the things that you're worrying about right now gonna matter in 5 years? Usually the answer is no. So think about, where do you want your life to be, and start working toward that direction. Start journaling, start setting goals. Do all of those things that will help you move forward no matter what's going on. As human beings, we all need connection. Even those of us who are extremely introverted most of the time still need those connections. Those sorts of meaningful connections are what really make you feel better about how your life is going and give you peace. That's what matters. In the end, no one cares what job you had, what job you were good at. Nobody cares, and you won't care. But you will care about who's in your life. Which friends have you held on to? Which people have you stayed connected with and allowed to be connected to you? That's what's important. So focus on that to improve your overall sense of peace. Peace doesn't come from completely eliminating chaos, because that's not really possible. But when you add things to your life that are meaningful, that are taking care of you, that are helping you deal and cope with things much better, that creates peace, even in the middle of huge chaos. Now, the third area we're going to talk about is helping others. Focus on something outside yourself. Not only does it feel good, it's a distraction from your own thoughts, from your own concerns and worries. You're helping someone else. Now, this might mean donating to a great cause, working toward that cause. Even if you don't volunteer in person, you can help them online. You can share their social media posts. You can help organize things to have fundraisers. You can do all of those things remotely. And then later, when things open back up, you can do those things in person as well. That feels good. And feeling good is a main component of peace. I talk about pets quite a bit, well, in all my videos. Pets can add a tremendous amount of joy to your life and bring you a lot of peace. They force you to care about something other than you. Especially for people who live alone or a couple perhaps. You get up, you be sure your animals are fed, cared for, you talk about them, you take videos of them. That gives you peace. It may sound a little bit silly, but caring for anything outside of yourself gives you a tremendous amount of peace. So don't underestimate that. Peace can be achieved in many, many different ways. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks or says to you. How you react to it is important. And you can train yourself to react in a much better fashion. That usually starts with lessening the stress in your life so you don't give knee-jerk reactions. and stopping and thinking, is this going to add to my life? Is this even going to matter in 5 years? And if the answer is no, let it go. Move on. For many of us, that little phrase right there, let it go and move on, is one of the hardest phrases to really grasp and implement in our lives. It is really easy to get drawn in, and all of us have bad days where we just snap at people and get drawn into arguments that are a ridiculous waste of everybody's time. But you don't have to do that every day. Train yourself by starting over the next day and trying to figure out how you want your life to be. What are you going to do today to make your life better? Now, if you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe and hit the little bell, and you can follow along on our journey. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.